Hi friends, I'm coming to you today from the Black Hand Gorge State Nature Preserve in eastern Licking County. I've recorded several messages here today while the weather is nice, so you'll get to see different parts of the preserve during this week. As you might be able to tell, I'm running out of daylight. One of the interesting and beautiful things that I've noticed is how the roots to the trees grow in and around the rock. Now, I'm not a botanist or a geologist, but here's my understanding of how it works. In the fall, the trees drop their seeds, and the seed of a tree will fall into a crack in the rock. There are actually lots of cracks in the rock, just many of them we can't see with the naked eye. But those cracks act as capillaries that carry and retain moisture. Because of that moisture, and because the internal temperature of the rock is warmer than the air temperature, the seed is able to send out a root. In the spring and summer, as the temperature rises, the seed sprouts leaves so that it can photosynthesize. Roots growing around the rock are obviously more exposed to injury than the ones that are in the rock or in the soil. Each of the roots on the outside of the rock is covered with a layer of cells called the root cap. And these cells are constantly replacing themselves from the inside, kind of like our skin. And the old cells become gelatinous as they are pushed off. And so this process lubricates the area between the rock and the roots. And it also puts down nutrients that the root can then take into the tree. So as they grow, the roots store food for the tree. So these enlarged roots that we see wrapped around the outside of the rock are actually like grocery warehouses. And they are storing the nutrients that the tiny little roots that are inside the rock gather. You would think that this is a precarious way to exist. But the truth is that trees that grow in and around rocks live longer than those that grow in rich forests. The oldest trees in the world are ones that are growing in rocky environments. For example, the bristlecone pine in the desert Southwest is documented at 4,900 years old. Along the Niagara Cliffs in Ontario, Canada, the eastern white cedar has been dated at more than 1,900 years old. In the scripture, God is often referred to as a rock. That's a metaphor for strength and security. For example, in Psalm 62, 5-8, it says, "For God alone my soul waits in silence, for my hope is from him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my deliverance and my honor. My mighty rock, my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us." When we root ourselves in God, the rock of our hope and salvation, we find a strength that we cannot find in any other type of soil. And it's true that rough weather will still come. The wind of change, the drought of depression, the heat of anger, the chill of isolation, the flood of anxiety. But through it all, we are rooted in a love that holds us now and holds us for eternity. Whatever you're going through, send your roots of trust deep into the heart of God, and know that in him your life is secure. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.